I'm gonna get in trouble. Oh, JJ, we in trouble. JJ, we in trouble. What's going on, y'all? Tuesday night. Tuesday night, as y'all can see, I was bumping my little sounds. Tuesday night, pretty petty Tuesday. In fact, is the Daily Go Getimism show, and we are talking about she lied to get money. He lied to get sympathy. Are we good? How's the audio? We straight? We good? Levels is good. 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 Is it all good? Is it all hood? Are we straight tonight? Yo, I don't wanna fight. Breakups can bring you down. And I have found you gotta be the best that you can. You understand? And you never know how you gonna handle this thing. Wow. Yo, it's over, but it ain't over like Rover. I said it. Maybe I will sit back, relax, chill. Maybe I'ma bug out. Hopefully I don't thug out. But I know one thing, I still gotta be a king. Even if I don't get paid. Even if the tracks ain't laid. Even if I'm not a black spade. Yo. My name is Son, 752-9751. Until I'm done. Yo, Tuesday night, Wednesday feeling right. Hump day on the horizon. Yo, Grand Rising, what? No Jack boy. Everything built destroy. Supreme mathematics, baby. Never been an addict, maybe. One day I understand the things that bring down a man. Ain't always been on top, but I never will stop until I close my eyes. That mean the man dies, but the spirit always lives on. Yo, I would like to warn y'all that I will be here. Yo, what's up, my dear? Scared? No, I'm not that, but I'm not trying to fall flat. This little thing right, yo, what we doing tonight? This is important, baby. No ifs, ands, or maybe. Crazy what I've been called. 10 toes stand tall. I haven't yet fell. Yo, I will sell the things that liquidate. Yo, no lemonade. I ain't say lemonade. I said eliminate. That means to get rid of. Yo, love. Something that I want here. Yo, I fight fair. Ain't no low blows. Y'all know how it goes. Yo, welcome to the show. Let's get started, yo. That's how it's going down. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily. It's the daily go-getter mid-some show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it whiz? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking no fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about she lied on him to get some money tonight. I'm talking about he lied on her to get a little bit of sympathy. He was trying to get affection from somebody. It's a real topic. It's a real situation, man. You know, losing love or the loss of love can drive some people insane. And sometimes it's for reasons of ego. And sometimes some people just ain't good people, man. You know, if you've ever dealt with somebody who wasn't good in the heart, somebody who wasn't right around the heart area, baby, talking about somebody who heart's beat with the coal up in it, then you know what I'm talking about. But you know, a lot of things can happen when a man and a woman break up, and then a lie starts, especially when they have had children together. When they have had children together and one is going to be the custodial parent and the other one is going to be the part-time or the visiting parent. It's a tough situation. It's a tough situation, but it doesn't always have to be a situation where they have had children together. And we're going to discuss all of that. We're going to discuss all of that. But what I need y'all to do right now is I need y'all to smash that like button, hit that like button. I see 2 likes. I know we can do better than that tonight. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to. No, forget. Just hit the like button. Please do me that one little solid and everything will be all right. I'm going to put these drums away. I'm going to put these drums away and we're going to have me and you a conversation today. Got to put these drums away. Hey. I got to put these drums away. Now, you know, speaking of the drums, now I told y'all the other day that my red drum, the skin broke on it. The skin broke on my red drum. So I ordered another skin, but I have to make sure that I learn how to put the skin in. I got to learn how to put the skin in. But I'm hoping that it sounds like it did before, because that was my favorite drum, because it sounded different than the other congas. So I want to make sure that it sounded more like a regular drum, or more like it had more of the hip hoppy sound in it or whatever, because I'm not really into, it's funny that I have conga drum because I don't like Spanish music. I don't like it at all either. And I never had, but it's all good. It's all good. We're talking about, she lied on him to get money. He lied on her to get sympathy. What do y'all know about a woman lying on a man that she used to lay with, stay with, call her bae with, to get a couple of dollars? And then those couple of dollars can come from the welfare office. They can come from the court, you know, from child support. They can come from SSI. They can come from a lot of different, they can come from another man. Oh yeah, my last man, he left me high and dry with the kids, the rent, you know, the mortgage, the cars, everything, had bills in my name, messed up my credit. My credit score is only 234 because of him. Before I met him, or should I say when I met him, my credit score was 845. He took it down all the way to 243 or 34, whatever I said before. Lying. I'm not saying that all women do this. I'm not even saying that a high percentage of them do it. But people will do whatever they need to, or whatever they feel like they need to do in certain desperate situations or opportunistic situations. The same way a man might act like, yeah, you know, I did everything for her. I gave her all my money. I gave her all my love. I put her before my family. I put her before my kids. I put her before my dog. I had 2 pit bulls when I met her. She didn't like dogs. I gave my red nose pits. I gave my Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer pit bulls to my cousin, and he didn't know how to take care of the dogs. One of the dogs got hit by a car, and the other one got taken by the SPCA because he let somebody bite their finger. And he's doing all of this, so everybody would be like, oh man, that's messed up. You a good dude. Or so a chick would be like, oh, see, that's right. That's what's wrong out here. A lot of these women out here, these bitches out here, they don't know how to treat a good man. They don't know how to treat a good man, but I'm going to take care of you, boo. I got you, boo. I got you, boo. I got you, boo. I bend over for you. I got you, boo. I bend over for you. I got, pull that, bend, pull back, pull back. That's what we're talking about tonight. So let's get started. We came here to get started, to co-act ill or get retarded. We still only got 4 likes. That don't make no sense. The drum intro alone should have got us up to 20 likes. The drum intro alone. Don't tell me y'all wasn't feeling the drum. Don't tell me this. Don't be lying. Don't be lying. Hit the like button. I ain't ask you for nothing else. I ain't asked you to give no cash or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be up here bitching. Just hit the like button. That's all you got to do. If it's 11 people in the chat, then it should be 11 likes. That's all I'm saying. What's going on, man? Let me say what's up to my peoples. My people, my people, my people, people. My people. Where's my cursor? There you go. T carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And Dimples D's, yo, she D with me. I appreciate you coming through this for free. Jeff Sprayberry, yo, it's a Merry Christmas night. Yo, appreciate you and your plight. That's what's good, man. And Cheryl Halsey, yo, appreciate you. Mucho. Thanks for coming by. Reiner, what's good? Man? It's good to see my returns coming through, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all gonna like this one. Carla, what's good, man? What's good? Thanks for coming up. Thanks for coming up and staying up. Because 2 o'clock in the morning ain't easy for everybody. That ain't easy for everybody. East Coast. David, 1988, says pathetic, ha. He's like, pathetic, ha. Rainer said, looking fresh, clean cut. That's interesting because actually it's shave day. If you get close, you can see, you know what I mean? It's time to line it. Hold on, let me get a little closer. You see, it's time to line it up a little bit more. Gotta clean all that out. Look, little woofing around the neck. Woofing around the neck a little bit. But tomorrow I'll be sharp as a tack. You know what I mean? I get the shave that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Great, grab the razor, clean that shit up. We gonna be good. But I appreciate you. Buana Haguski, my dude, what up? How you feeling, my peoples? How you feeling? Yo, let me tell y'all something in advance. Hello, my brother Keith Tyler is in the house. My brother Keith Tyler was good. And UDX 4570 Palm Springs says greetings from Palm Springs. All right. I'm feeling that. Good. All right, man. Okay. Jeff Sprayberry says no salsa, no, nah. Zada. Jeff Sprayberry says just like the Eagles song, she can't take you anyway. You don't know how to go. Wada says always remember, you win some, you lose some. Yeah, that's not an easy way for everybody to look at it. Just Ray Ray says, "Damn, that sounds like an award-winning country song." People don't know how to take a loss. Carla says, "Slap the like button with a hammer." There you go. I said, "Wow!" I like that shit now. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, let me tell y'all a little something. Our boy Troy, no matter what happens in his chat tonight, our boy Troy had a serious family matter to deal with tonight. So I want y'all to keep him in your prayers. Him and his family, keep him in your prayers. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, he had a serious family matter that he's dealing with right now. So, you know what I mean? Look out for him on the prayer side of things. You know, that's our people's right there. Look out for him on the prayer side. Everything is going to be all right, you know. Everything is going to be all right, but just, you know, look out for him. Say a prayer for him and his family. All right. So she lied on him for money. He lied on her for sympathy. What comes to your mind when you hear that? You know, one thing about the inner workings of a romantic relationship, an intimate relationship, is that what happens in bedrooms, kitchens, basements, attics, I don't know, bathrooms, whatever. It's really between the two people that are involved. But sometimes when people break up, all of the things that would have remained private when all things were good, when y'all were on the same pages, all of that stuff comes out, and it often comes out in the most negative ways. Oh, God. Do you see what I see? But anyway, yeah, it often comes out in the most negative ways with some people, you know. So along with the pain and sometimes the pain, the heartbreak, the heartache, and sometimes the feeling of embarrassment that comes along with breaking up can bring out the worst in people. Now, for a rationally thinking person, they might ask, well, what is embarrassing about breaking up with somebody? Well, you know, some people put all of their good news on blast. You know, social media. Now, let's say you've been hyping up this new boo of yours. You know, maybe y'all met on the internet, maybe you didn't. But, you know, a lot of people feel like the internet should be a place where you should put you and the love that you have for somebody on blast. Now, as long as the two of you are on board with that, cool. It shouldn't be a problem. As long as the two of you are on the same page about your social media activity. But even when the two of you are on the same page with your social media activity, it doesn't necessarily mean that both of you are respectful, and it doesn't necessarily mean that both of y'all are ethical. So just the same way that you put your love on blast on the internet, you might put your hate on blast as well, or when things don't work out. Hold on. All right, Brandon, I see that you don't want to be here, so let me accommodate you. Let me help you out. It's all good. It's all good. Dr. Darnell, Dr. Darnell, what's going on, man? It's good to see you. Haven't seen you in like maybe a week or so or whatever, and it's always a pleasure to see you back, tall in the saddle. I hope everything is good with you and yours. But yeah, so, you know, if you're the type of person that's immature on the internet, there's not a chance that you're mature off of the internet. You know, people take themselves wherever they go. And unfortunately, they take the worst part of themselves everywhere they go. The internet or social media notwithstanding. So the embarrassment can come from the fact that you hyped up this relationship that you had like y'all was so close, like it was so good, you know? It feels so good fucking a hottie and busting nut on her. Wait. No, that is that's the other one. It feels so good loving somebody and somebody loves you back. Well, yeah, it's all good when that's the case. Now, if you have been putting on airs and you got everybody that doesn't know you on the internet thinking that you have the greatest love of all and that, you know, nothing can come between y'all and, you know, you waited all your life to have this thing and you may have even been fronting like other areas of your life was just so hunky dory and rose colored glasses sweet. Well, when you break up, even though the rest of the world doesn't know that they don't know how y'all got together or if y'all not together anymore. But what happens? You feel so bad about what happened, you go out and tell them. Because one thing that I've seen a lot of women, now I can't say this for the men because I haven't seen a lot of men do this, but one thing I've seen a lot of women do is post a bunch of pictures, a whole lot of pictures of their love interests, their husbands, their Troy, is that you for real? Like I just got finished saying you ain't gonna be here and you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Cause you know people been in here impersonating Troy. Listen, I'm gonna wait for that. But anyway, you know, people have you know, I've seen women put all of these pictures. They putting up their vacation pictures. They putting up their staycation pictures. They putting up they restaurant date night, all of that shit. Well, what happens when they break up? They take all of them pictures down. They comb their whole page, all of their photos. Oh, I gotta get rid of this one and this one and this one and this one, changing their status from in a relationship or married to divorced. Like, yo, y'all just got separated and you divorced, or you haven't even given it enough time to see if you and your boo are going to mend fences and get things together, but you already changed your status from in a relationship to single and you took out all the pictures. Now, pain will make you do a whole lot of crazy things, y'all. Pain will make you do a whole lot of shit. So you've already let people know that your relationship has gone belly up. You've let them know by your actions. People who have been watching you are paying attention. Oh, first, like last week, it was all good. All of these pictures of him and her and blah, 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 blah. Now it ain't a picture of him nowhere available. All right. Well, that's just a way that you can be embarrassed by breaking up with somebody. Other than that, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Sometimes things work out between two people and sometimes they don't. That's it. Sometimes things work out and sometimes they don't. And sometimes things don't work out in the beginning and they take a while to gel, to get themselves together. You know, anybody who knows anything about automotive, replacing automotive parts or plumbing, you know that sometimes you have to when you're putting together new parts and you're using some kind of I don't want to say gel, but you're using some type of sealer. You're using something to seal two pipes together. you have to wait for it to seat sometimes. So sometimes the heat has to get to it so it can it can it can heat up first, get soft, so when it get cools down, it will get hard again and really be able to seal. So sometimes, like in the case where you had a catalytic converter replaced, it may still sound a little loud at first, but then after the seal goes in well, then you'll have a nice quiet ride. I'm only saying that to say that in a relationship, when you first break up with somebody, you don't know if a phone call is going to be made, an apology is going to be made, or somebody is going to insist that we get back together. You just don't know. But what you do know is that you done put all your business out there, and now you're gonna now you have to be faced with putting out some of the failure business. You put out all that's why I got my man. Listen, man. And it ain't just the young girls either. These middle-aged chicks is on some other shit. Wait, we got another troll? Oh damn, yeah. That's why I said I ain't think that was the real. I ain't think that was the real Troy, and it ain't. All right, okay. I thought it was, but it ain't. But it ain't. But it ain't. Damn, ain't. All right. Okay. Mason Harder says, oh, I don't know what the fuck he talking about. Okay. Jeff says, what couples don't realize these days is if you don't have trust in each other, that you don't have a relationship and you're waiting.
You have a call from
Troy.
Yeah. Was that you in the chat?
No, the one that said that wasn't me. That was me. If I didn't, you know what I mean?
All right, hold on. So, Troy McNeil is you, right?
Is me. That's me doing it off my phone. That's not me doing it off my tablet.
All right.
When I do it off the tablet, it's Troy. When I do it off my phone, it's Troy, my last name.
All right, I got you. All right. I just wanted to make sure I ain't delete you. I have to go back and grab the book. I'm like, but you ain't gonna say no stupid shit. Like, all right, we good.
Like, talk about your head.
I'm like, come on, man. Come on, you're not, you know what I'm saying? So, like, did you just want to clear that up, or are you on?
I'm gonna clear it. I'm on. My sister, not to mess up the chat, my sister wasn't able to get the heart to do that. So me and my brother just made a decision to let her calm down until she made that decision, because it's kind of a hurtful type of thing.
Okay. Well, I didn't say what happened. I just, told everybody pray for you and your family.
I appreciate that. Man. I think it's like, and not the, like I said, I'm not trying to mess the chat up. But the fucked up part about it is the last time I had a conversation with this nephew was almost 5 years ago, when I got in an argument with my aunt. And this aunt was the one that was like pretty much taking care of my nephew all his life. And last conversation I had with him on the phone, he told me he was going to put a slug in the back of my head.
Mm.
And for me to see him like that, I seen him, and I didn't even see him as who he was today. I seen him as the little kid that I used to change his pamper and take him to stores and spend time with him and stuff like that. So it's really fucking gripping me right now, because I didn't get a chance to make this move with my nephew, but I did ask God to forgive him for any sins he committed in his life. So,
yeah, man. Unfortunately, we have to carry we have to carry the burden of whatever decisions that we've made to wherever we're going. And that's in this world and the afterworld, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We got another Troy.
That's not me. I don't know who's playing it. You know who that could be? Who the mommy could be? God Legend. That's the only person I think that could be.
No, he ain't doing that.
He's not intelligent like that enough. Though.
No, he's just not. He's not. It's that's not him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, not even a chance. Sometimes people leave their signature, and yeah, that ain't it. That.
Well, they're making me more important. They're making me important on something that I don't need them to be important, and they be saying stupid shit that I'm not even saying.
Yeah.
At least act intelligent.
All right. Well, since you here, let's get into what we talking about tonight.
Let's get into it, bro. Let's get into it.
All right. So what we talking about is she lied on him. She lied on him for money. He lied on her for sympathy. So when we say that she lied on him, we talking about how some women will tell welfare, Social Security, child support, and whoever that they baby father never gave them no money. Never was there, never looked out, never provided, or whatever, because she's trying to get money from, either from the state or from child support or from another man sometimes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, so now this doesn't describe all women, but it does describe too many, for us to ignore. But when you get into a situation with somebody that will resort to those type of tactics, and then you have some people who co-sign that kind of behavior. They're like, well, you gotta do what you gotta do, like. So I understand. Listen, whatever kind of money that you can get from the government, I don't have a problem with it. But when you are defaming or making somebody that you procreated with or lived with or were close to in order to try to get money that you could easily just work for, then I have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I've seen this situation way many times, especially when it comes to the child support thing. Now, I'm not one of those dudes who run around saying, child support should be abolished and blah, 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 blah. Because I've seen plenty of men that did not want to contribute financially to their children's well-being. They just wouldn't do it. So there is a place for some people as far as child support is concerned. It's just like prison. I can't say that nobody should be in prison because some people are way too much of a danger out here on the street.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe that only the people that should be in jail should be in jail. So the only people who should be in child support court are the men who refuse to contribute to their children's well-being. Now, I've seen situations where some, man, when you talk about a woman scorned, and once again, I'm not trying to put down all women or whatever, and this does not apply to all women. But there are some angry women that I have known that would make sure that they would literally clock their baby father's all of his financial dealings, whether they were on the books or off the books, trying to get more and more money, even though she may have been getting a large percentage of what he was making anyway.
Already getting, yeah.
Right. I've even seen I saw some shit before where this one chick that I knew, She told her kid's father, he told his new girl, listen, me and you need to get together to get all of his money.
Ooh.
Because she said, I'm about my paper. I don't know what's up with you. Because the girl was like, well, no, I love him. You know, I'm not trying to break him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to have a baby by him, or she already had a child by him or whatever. She was loving on the boy. And the girl that I knew was telling her, like, she was like, you bugging. Like, yo, he getting money. Let's get him.
Mm-hmm.
And the other chick wasn't.
Weak ass shit.
But what caught my attention is she told me, like, I'm about my paper. I'm like, you fucking welfare to work, fucking Section 8. You about your paper? It was bad enough. This was during my comedian days. I was like, if you was about your paper, if you was about your paper, you wouldn't be getting food stamps. You wouldn't be in this Section 8 crib. I guess I had to look at it like there are levels to being about your paper. You really about his paper, not yours. His. You about his. Shit, you should be working in the office. You know what I mean? Making sure that you garnishing wages and shit. There's a job waiting for people like you. But you on the streets. So anyway, nonetheless, now I don't know if she lied on him to get more money, but I remember that she even went and found a more expensive school for her kids to go to because he had to pay for it. I'll never forget this chick. I was like, and I told her, I said, man, you was dirty. She was like, I'm just saying, basically, you ain't gonna be just fucking me and leave me with kids and think you ain't gonna pay. You kids are expensive. You gotta pay.
Mainly, pretty much. You got to get what you want.
Man, he needed to get custody of his children. She needed to be cut out of the process because she was, and this was a good minute ago. Those kids are adults now, for sure. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, and it go the way it goes. And she was also the type that was always talking about, yeah, my kids are cute, and my cute kids and all that. You know, you fucking, yo. Anyway, what up, my man? My man Jason Sloan is in the house. Was good, but she struck me as the type that would tell the truth or would lie in order to get a couple of dollars because she was vindictive. I don't know what their relationship was like before. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But believe me, he was paying the ultimate price with her. She was willing to kill his ass off financially. You gonna work for these kids, you ain't gonna have nothing left. And she was good with that.
Well, that's somewhat similar to what happened to Tyrese, ain't it?
Here's the thing. With Tyrese, I'm not going to put a whole lot of stock into people that I don't know. You know, all that celebrity shit. Listen, man, you knew what the stakes were when you decided to have children, and you know your name is up in them on marquees and shit. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to speak on that. You know, because I only have his perspective. What the fuck do I know? You know what I mean? So I got enough stories about people I know. So I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. Right. So fuck Tyrone. How about that? Mm-hmm. I can tell you about. Listen, Tyrese, we call him Reese, Rome, fucking Black, Skeet, Rock, Bone, all the motherfuckers.
the special Hershey candy bar.
Yeah, but like I said, lying on, she lied on him to get money, and she may feel no guilt about it. Not just talking about the example that I gave, but a lot of other women have done this shit. What up, boss? What's good? Hold on, let me see.
Sound like something that's been handed down through time.
Listen, man, this is learned behavior. When you learn how to work the system, you didn't learn that shit on your own. Somebody pointed you in that direction. Oh, all you got to do is go down here and you tell them this and you tell them that. Now, how much do you have to convince a person that's on some bullshit already anyway? Your heart ain't right. It ain't hard to convince a person whose heart ain't in the right place to do some fuck shit. It ain't hard at all.
That's the truth.
They ready and willing. They gonna gear up and get ready. All right. Just let me see. Dimples D says, "Hey, what up, Oakland? What's good?" Dimple says, "Some people show up with love. Some people show up with an agenda. Some give to build. Some take to survive. 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 Interesting way to put it. Survive. I'm gonna come back to that. She also said the people who feel the deepest are the ones with soft hearts. They carry the heaviest loads, not because they're weak, but because they refuse to become what hurt them. Well, and tonight we ain't talking about people who are really decent. We talking about people who's on some bullshit.
All day.
You know what I mean?
Can you give me an example of how a man would use a woman for sympathy?
Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? He might use his ex for sympathy, pussy, and money. Yeah. Talking about, saying shit like, yeah, in our divorce settlement, she got everything. She got the house. The house was already in her name. She had it before he even married her. She got the house. She got the car. She bought the motherfucking cars. You think she was gonna let you drive off with a dickhead? Yeah, she got the kids. Turned the kids against me. They were her motherfucking kids. Your stepkids, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? You know what I mean? Yeah, and I did everything for her. Oh God, I remember this bull. Hold on, let me. So, yeah, I did everything for her. You know what I mean? I got my problems. I got my stuff with me, but I was being the best man that I could be. And it's a shame because there are a lot of good men out here, but they never get a chance to really look like they good because these women, they use them and they abuse them and then they make them look bad. They put out all this defamatory stuff about them and all of that. Yeah, well, some women go for that. Like the man who ain't paying his child support, who acts like he ain't paying his child support because she won't let him see his kids, or she just money hungry and that's why he's not paying the child support. Motherfuckers who not paying child support always have some reasons for not paying the child support. And it's always some sympathetic, some reason that they think people, particularly women or anybody else, will be sympathetic to. I tell you who's not sympathetic to, the state ain't sympathetic to it. As soon as we catch up with your ass, we gonna get you. So motherfuckers be losing their license, they be moving from state to state, working under the table, or they work a job and stop working at the job as soon as the wage garnishment, as soon as the social security number catch up to them. But yeah, a lot of men play like they, you got men who is straight up abusive, physically and emotionally, running around talking about something, I did everything for her and she cheated on me and she treated me like shit. And then, I got tired of taking it. You know, so I just left. I left everything with her. I just walked away from it, from all of it. The same way he gonna do with you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, men do this shit for sympathy all the time. Sympathy all the time. Some of them do it, you know, trying to get sympathy from their own kids. Well, I'm trying to, and I think this is weak as shit. You know what I mean? Because really the kids shouldn't be in on mommy and daddy's intimate business. But, you know, plenty of men would be like, well, yeah, me, I'm trying to get back with your mom, but she don't really want to, you know, she acting like she don't want to be with me, or, you know, it's like she don't love me no more. But, you know, I still love y'all. You know, I still love y'all, and I still love your mother. You know what I mean? And I would do anything to be back with her, but she don't want to be with me. She want to be with that other man. But, you know, like we done seen you smack the shit out of mommy on some old, you know, Prince Father in Purple Rain shit. You didn't even hit us. We all went down like we was behind mommy. We all went down like bowling pin collateral. You know what I mean? Shit. You slapped her into a split. And I don't mean she did a split like James Brown. I mean, like, you know how you know how you bowl and you knock down 8 pins and it's still 2 left, 1 on the right, 1 on the left. Yeah, you smacked mommy and we all fell. It was only 2 kids standing on the ends with their mouth agape. Oh, Dad. And you talking this shit to the kids like they don't remember seeing what they saw. Like, well, y'all was so young at the time, I didn't think y'all would remember. Motherfucker, it was last month. But anyway, but yeah. So yeah, a lot of men a lot of abusive men have played the sympathy card. Or the victim card.
It's almost on par with manipulation, right?
I mean, you could say that.
Yeah, somewhat on the same thing as manipulation.
You could say that, you know, but yeah, it can get messy as shit. But yeah, these are things that men and women do to each other, and you don't really think about it a lot until you come in contact with somebody who you know is doing this shit. Like, okay. So yeah, even though a woman might not be getting money from welfare or whatever, she might say, you know, she might get money from a man doing this shit. Well, yeah, he never looked out. He left me with all of these bills, and I'm just trying to get back on my feet. She know, a nigga like her enough, he gonna break bread, right. Especially if he thinks she decent. He don't know that she a fucking demonic witch. He don't know. He don't know. He about to find out, but he don't know. Marvina Bigby says, yeah, you can get the house and a monthly check, but you really only want the man. Okay, all right. My man, let me see. Jeff Sprayberry said there are a lot of people who would rather be with someone for the wrong reasons than to be alone for the right ones. Interesting.
That's true.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Be alone for the right reasons. What are the right reasons to be alone?
Insecurities.
That's a right reason?
It's a right reason, because if you're in a relationship and you go into a relationship with insecurities, then that's the right reason to be single, man. You should just want to be single until you're able to deal with your insecurities.
Okay.
You shouldn't drag that into another relationship where it's going to hinder it. That's one thing. Another thing would be, not loving you, not having to understand who you are. Cause see, just like remember we was talking about when who was it when David asked us about happiness and being success and happiness yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, and that's one of the same things. You have to be able to be able to love on you and have an understanding of you, whereas though you're so intertwined with yourself that you know what you want and what you don't want, and what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I can understand that. I mean, that question right there, that would be the answer to what you just asked.
Well, I don't know.
What do you think?
Okay. I've heard women say things like, "I'm by myself because men are playing too many games out here." But they've also said things like, it's too many diseases out here and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I'm thinking like, yeah, there are too many diseases out here. But why can't you just say that you want a man that will be faithful to you? You know what I mean? Like at over 35 years old, all that. I mean, you can catch an STD at any age, but I'm thinking that should be in your rear view. You know what I'm saying? Like them kind of games should be finished. So I've heard a lot of women be by themselves and also claim celibacy or abstinence because let them tell it, they don't want to just give up they pussy to anybody, which is understandable. But you have to understand what they're really saying under that. What they're saying is they don't know how to practice healthy sexual behavior without it affecting them emotionally to the point where their expectations start to override their logic or reality. Right. So it's not always as easy as you should be by yourself because you're working on yourself. Because a lot of people by themselves and themselves. They waiting for somebody to work on themselves and then come to them. Already ready.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and that's the thing I don't understand. A woman would sit back and say to you, well, we're not together right now. So, but if you go out there and you do everything you have to do to put yourself in a different state, then maybe we can get back together. No, that's not how it works. If I put myself in a different space and I'm doing something different and I'm comfortable and I'm happy and I done remade and I done redid the will and everything, this time it ain't just made out of fucking stone. I done made some fucking spinners. I put lights on that motherfucker. The will is different now. You think I want to come back to? I want to turn the corner back to you now? No, that's not how it's going to go. I'm comfortable now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can understand how. But see, here's the thing. You can let somebody play around with your heart if you want to. But if you let them play around with your heart, that's what they're going to do. So, there has to be accountability taken on both sides. People will only do to you what you put yourself in the position to have done. And that's not to say that you have to run away from everybody or be extra super suspicious of everybody. But at some point in your life, you have to learn how to vet motherfuckers. If you're still vetting motherfuckers with the criteria that you used when you was 20, when you're 40 or 50, something is wrong with you.
Right.
Because there's no way you're in the mental, emotional, or educational space at 40 as you were at 20.
Right.
So if you still, wishing on a wing and a prayer for God to send you. But fuck all that. We ain't talking about all that shit. So we talking about she lied to get money. He lied to get sympathy. Now, this shit plays out in a lot of different ways. In order, before you can be broken up with somebody, you got to be together with somebody. But I'm trying to show how breaking up can bring out some of the worst behavior, tendencies, and actions and ways in some people. That's why I put up this poll question. And so far, let's see. We got 25 votes. Let's see how this is going. Do you think that a breakup brings out the worst traits in people? 48% so far says for some, it absolutely does. Now, we're going to talk about this 48% in a minute and this option. But 48%, which is the lion's share of the poll, believe that. And 20% says only if the breakup was bad. Okay, that's reasonable. And 8% says they was bad before the breakup. Okay. And 24% says loss of love can drive you crazy. All right. I want to touch on the for some it absolutely does part, because there are a lot of people in the for some part. You know what I mean? Because that can depend on the other options that were on the poll. Like, you know, like if it was a bad breakup, it can bring out the worst. If they was already on some bullshit, it can bring out the worst. If their intentions wasn't good in the first fucking place, it can get, you know, not everybody who is disgruntled or scorned over a breakup is scorned because of heartbreak. Some people are embarrassed. Mm-hmm. Some people feel like they got cheated. Like, for example, I could understand a woman or a man trying to defame who they used to procreate with, swap bodily fluids with, be in love with, and all of that shit. If they were trying not to do anything but shit on them from the beginning. Because I don't know if you've ever known anybody like this, Troy, but I've known a lot of people who had the "I'ma get you before you get me" mentality.
I know people like that.
Yeah. Yes, and you know how hard it is dealing with the people who have that type of attitude, who have that type of mentality. Well, you know what I mean? You know, let women say it. Well, you know, these niggas out here, all they want is some pussy. As soon as they get what they want, you know, they want to leave you high and dry, move in your place, knock you up, leave you with a bunch of kids and shit like that. So I gotta get whatever I can get up front. On the dude side, he might be like, yeah, these bitches ain't shit. You know what I mean? Or, you know, as soon as a nigga ain't got the money that he used to have when he first got with her or whatever, you know, now she ain't got no love for it. She want to go fuck another nigga who got the money. So what's their response, or what's their defense mechanism to all of that? Well, I'ma shit on them first. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to put my heart into this relationship. I'm going to go into this situation with nothing but material ambitions. So I'm gonna take everything that's available. Anything that's on the coffee table, I'm taking it. Anything that's in between the mattresses and the box springs, I'm taking it. Anything that, if I see a bulky sock in the drawer and it feels like a money clip is in there, I'm taking it. Whatever. So some people might not even look at the people who are like that as being evil-hearted. You know, we always want to make excuses for the bad guys. Well, you know, they grew up in a certain kind of way, and you know, they had it bad, and you know, their parents, their mom died young, and the dad was. People used to tease them because they wore bobos and. I don't want to hear all that shit. I know people who didn't have a chance in life But the only ones I'm going to defend are the ones who tried to do something decent. They may have not always succeeded. They may have gone astray or fell from grace. But at least they made an effort to try to do right. It ain't always easy to stay on the right path. It ain't. Sometimes it's hard. But when you're dealing with somebody who has the I'ma get them before they get, that don't even just exist for relationships. They fuck up jobs like this. They fuck up business deals like this. They fuck up friendships like this. Mm-hmm. Because they have convinced themselves that everybody is against them and everybody is on the take. And think about it. Of course they convince themselves that everybody is on the take, because if you don't convince yourself that everybody is on the take, then you look like you the monster, like you are the dysfunctional, you know. So I don't know, man. One thing I've been thankful of is that I haven't had to take the mantra of all bitches ain't shit, or all women are bitches, or all these chicks want is money, or they want to be with a thug. They don't want no good man. I'm glad I haven't had to go through that. Not that I haven't seen it. Maybe not that I haven't experienced it, but luckily I've been blessed enough to be able to see that there is good out there. Right. You know what I'm saying? There is good out there. Just because one fucked with you, or even 5 fucked with you, it doesn't, that's a small sample size. At some point you got to learn to get away. But yeah. So yeah, you know, dudes, you know, talking all this shit about they baby moms or they ex-girlfriends or ex-wives and shit, like these dudes were saints. He wasn't no motherfucking saint. You know what I mean? He might have been a lazy bum. He ain't want to work, he ain't want to contribute. You know what I mean? Some people grew up in some of these niggas take that growing up spoiled shit too fucking far. How many of y'all in the chat, yo, please holler at this question. How many of y'all in the chat know somebody, man or woman, especially a man, who grew up spoiled and never was able to get away from it? He may have been spoiled to the point where he always felt like his family should bail him out of any such situation that he continued to get himself in, whether it was jail, whether it was bills, whether it was bad relationships or whatever. He always calling on the cavalry because everything was always given to him. So whenever he loses something or doesn't hold on to something, he feels like his family should provide for him. Get evicted from his apartment because he didn't pay the rent, even though he had the money to do it. He fully expects y'all to take him in. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah. That's the fucked up part.
A dude that was really spoiled right. And this is why a lot of women be talking about dudes who's mama's boys. And that's why they be sounding bitter and act, you know, I don't know if you've ever heard some women out there act like they don't like other women, or they never seem to respect men's mothers. Even though
I heard of that one.
Yeah.
They don't respect the mother because the mother is not allowing them to mature to a man.
You could look at it that way, even though I don't think it's acceptable to be that way towards anybody's mom, no matter what. You know what I mean? But I could understand them having contempt for some moms, and definitely for the sons. Like, look, you made this motherfucking monster. He might be handsome and he might come to you looking good, smelling good, and all of that shit, but he ain't shit because he doesn't know how to maintain. Anytime something gets hard for him, you allowed him to quit, bail out, run away. And that's what he does. Whenever me and him are having problems, whenever he has to be more responsible, whenever he needs to be a leader or take charge or be a man, he goes running back to your ass and you take up for him. You co-sign for him. You facilitate that bullshit. So I don't think that it's cool for any woman to disrespect her man's or anybody's mom. You know what I mean? I'm sensitive about that. But I could understand how, you know, they could look at the mother as the source. Like, if you didn't raise this motherfucker this way, he wouldn't be this way. And even if you raised him to be this way, he wouldn't stay this way if he didn't have you to keep coming back to justify that bullshit.
I can understand that because a lot of times when you sit back, some mothers overdo it. You know what I mean? Some mothers overdo it and put their son in the predicament they can't get out when it comes to, you know, allowing them to fall back on them, and then the woman be like, "This motherfucker's a bitch." You know what I mean? Because she's not willing to, you know. And at the same token, it's not even so much as that. You know, especially, you gotta realize something. That type of stuff you say, this guy, there's people out here who are only child. So the only person they really had was their mother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the father was a deadbeat, you know, that's the mother and father right there. Mother, father, Holy Ghost. So, you know, maybe that person didn't have an understanding of how to break that circle and how to break that situation. You know, but I do agree that nobody should ever disrespect anybody's mother at all, let alone the person that she's dealing with.
Yeah.
If you feel some type of way about the mom, if she feels some type of way about the mom, have a conversation with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't sit back and disrespect her. And if the mother decides to get ignorant with her, walk away from that. Leave that alone. I'm not talking about the relationship. Walk away from the mother, have a discussion with the man or the husband, and let them know from the door. This is how I feel. This is what we need to work on. If it can't be worked on, we're going to have to roll.
Word. Yeah, I don't think that a man's mom and his woman should ever be at odds. You know what I mean?
Right.
They may not be in total disagreement, but they should never be at odds with each other. They should never be feeling like they are the enemy. They should never be
vinegar and oil. I mean, oil and water.
Yeah. Well, or they should never be in a position where they cannot get along at all. You know what I mean? Even for the grandchildren and shit. But everybody wasn't born to a mature mom. So if you grew up with the mom that was always out to get a man, and I don't mean get him as far as be with him, but out to get his pockets, out to make him look bad, out to, you know, basically destroy him from within at all times. If you raised by a woman like that, you're going to have a different perspective of how life and relationships are supposed to work. It ain't going to be a good look. Hold on, man. We got some interesting comments in the chat. I want to read a few of them. Marvina Bigsby says, yeah, you can get a house and a monthly check, but you really only want the man. Balling on the Budget says, a wise man once told me my biggest fear in life is dying alone. Interesting. Peace, Shirley Shirl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. And Jason Sloan says, years ago, I had somebody I had just broken up with lie about me because she wanted to keep the apartment we shared. It didn't work, but that shit caused me a lot of problems. Shaking my head. Yes, it will. You know what I mean? People, you know, Jason, and any man or woman within earshot. Unfortunately, for some people, when the emotional breaks down, the material kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, my heart is broken, my heart is aching, and I can't get it back, or my pride won't allow me to stand down and for the greater part of this union. But I want to keep this ring that he gave me. Or some other, you know, expensive material item. It don't never be no emotional shit. It don't be no special type of sentimental shit. It's always like, well, I want the car, I want the house, I want the, you know what I mean? Like, think about what Jason said. The apartment we shared, not a house. You can't buy no fucking apartment. You still got to pay the rent.
Mm-hmm.
But that can fuck him up from getting a place of his own because he's probably on a lease.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, that could have an impact on his credit and all that old shit. Okay, more comments. Let me see. Booga says, been a minute since I've been in here. Keep telling them, just double tap the screen with my tip. You know what? I ain't fucking with it. Fuck it. All right. Marvina Bigby says, after a 35-year marriage failed, it was hell. I never stopped living. I never stopped loving him. Then he died in an accident. Damn. Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Yo, I'm sorry to hear that too. My condolences. Much sympathies towards you. Balling on a budget says she will take half of nothing. And tyrannical. I like the way he spelled it. Tyrannical. He says, what religion are you in? Right now, I'm in what was that religion on Married with Children?
I forgot it.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. They registered this shit as a fucking they registered as a religion, so they have to pay no taxes. It was called No Ma'am.
I remember that shit.
All of them was married talking about something they had No Ma'am.
That's some funny shit.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so Marvina and Jason responded to what I was saying. Do y'all know any men that was mad spoiled and it spilled over way too far into their adult life? Yeah. Marvina says it's scary when your daughter is with a mama's boy. The mamas are jealous of the girlfriend. Is weird. Yeah, I've seen that. Either that or they think that no woman is good enough for their son.
Mm-hmm.
And the boy ain't shit.
That's the truth.
That's the only problem with this is anybody is good enough for this bum ass nigga. Why you think they still live here? You know what I mean? All right. Shirley Cheryl says definitely knew someone like that. He was the only child and expected his way no matter what. She spoiled him like that. His mom was nice though. And Margit Bonaparte says the loonies are alike again. I don't know what that means. Nice name though. Nice name. But yeah, man, she lied on him for money. Some chicks, man. We was talking about the chick that I knew who said that she was about her paper. You really have to watch out for women who really think that men are good for nothing except for a check.
Yeah.
It's not that they can't or won't, or it's not that they can't or won't fall in love. But the thing is, there will always be a financial motive in everything that they do. Everything. So when they're looking for you to break down their worldview that a man ain't good for nothing but a check. Sometimes he's good for a couple of orgasms, but even when he's not, at least he should be good for a check.
Mm-hmm.
When you're dealing with somebody like that, you're going to be dealing with something that's very, very uncomfortable multiple times. You're going to have continuous problems with somebody like that.
That shit can also recreate it on a hostile environment.
It can definitely create a hostile environment. And one of the biggest problems that I have with that is that it don't help that the internet, especially social media, pushes that narrative more and more and more. You got men out here who are pissed off that women look at them as nothing but a fucking cash register.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they feed right into the fucking narrative. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So as long as they paid, they ain't worried about it. It's when they don't have enough money to play that they bitching. Or, you know, like, I don't know. There's certain things that I hate. Certain little sayings, little black proverbs that really irk the shit out of me. Like when people say things like, you can't tell me what to do, or you can't give me no advice. You ain't paying none of my bills. Ain't none of y'all paying none of my bills. And I'm like, what does paying your bills have to do with putting a good word in your ear? Putting love in your heart? What, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what they trying to say, but it becomes more than just a defense mechanism after a while.
It's like the old saying goes, you gotta have an LB if you want to be with me. And so, I mean, that's the only thing you worrying about. So if I got a job, I can be with you?
Well, even with that, I understood what she was saying because,
that's the relevant part of a relationship. It's part of the relationship, but the relevancy is not just that. It's the whole relationship. Well, you have a GLB, but, if you got a GLB, your GLB to be with me. But if you whip my ass, you might can still be with me.
Well,
if you cheat me, you might can still be with me. I don't know.
Everybody has a price.
Yes.
Lest we forget. Everybody has a price.
And that's the fucked up part. Everybody has a price.
Well, it can be fucked up and it can not be fucked up. But all I'm saying is just the same way I was talking about how we say, they ain't paying none of my bills, so why should I care about what they have to say? What advice can you give me? You ain't putting no money in my pocket. Or if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Like so you don't listen to any advice that's not about putting money in your pocket.
Right.
Okay. All right. And then, we go to the whole I don't need no man thing. I pay my own bills, I take care of my kids. I make my own money. I don't need no man. So, see, we start going down this rabbit hole of believing that a man is only good for money. Because you've tied all men into finances and nothing more. And you think it's going to be sweet like that until it's not.
Right.
And after a while, it really won't be. So what do we have? Now, we've talked about on this show before. I've heard men say, well, I'm gonna make sure that I do this for my daughter or give her this and make sure that she has these things so she don't have to depend on no man, or she won't be impressed by no man who gives her these things or who has these things. And I'm thinking like, it sounds good until it plays out.
Yes. Like I had a boy tell me, I want to tell my daughter I love her every day, that she's beautiful every day, because I don't want no other man to tell her that. As if she never heard that from any other man in her life. Father told you, and I can understand that. But at the end of the day, when she get out there in the streets and get around her girlfriend, her nose gets to be a little wide open. When all that shit you told her don't mean shit, becomes meaningless.
I don't know. I would first of all, I think that all children should be told that they are handsome, pretty, smart, talented, important, and good. I believe that all children should be raised that way. As far as the social rearing of children, we have to teach them what the value is in people. Whether we talking about friendships, whether we're talking about relationships, whether we're talking about family, whether we're talking about jobs, we have to teach them what's important socially. And so if we teach our daughters that men are only good for money, and we teach our sons that women are only good for pussy and maybe cooking and cleaning, we got a problem.
Right.
And it seems like we have a problem. Because even when we try to get away from this shit, it rears its ugly ass head. What up, Wes? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Yeah, it rears its ugly head. And sometimes we don't cut the head off the snake. We just let it slither right on around us, because in certain situations, it's all right with us. Yo, can y'all hold on? Let me just let me stop the presses for a minute. Why are there only there are 36 people in the chat. There are 33 votes on the poll, but only 17 likes. Can we get some more likes? Please. I haven't asked anything. Me and my man Troy, we busting it up. We bringing the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding. We bringing the questions and some of the answers. Can we please, can you please just hit the like button? Tap that screen twice. We ain't gonna sell you nothing. You know what I mean?
We just telling you press a like.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you, like, accuse you of being on nobody's dick or nothing. I promise. It's just a like. Y'all liked all them other shows. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't feel no kind of way about it. Come to my shit. Come to my shit and get stingy. For real.
They like the the one with the microphone, and they just scratching their fingernails over it and whispering.
You know, when it come to my shit, they want to get stingy with the likes. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I only been listening. I don't know if I like it yet. I only been listening to this show for an hour. I'm not sure if I like it. Please hit the like button, y'all. Tap that screen twice. Make sure that you do the thumbs up thing. You know what I mean? Appreciate it. So when we talk about she lied on him for money or he lied on her for sympathy, you know, we're talking about a lot of dysfunction. And there is a lot of dysfunction that goes undiagnosed or sometimes unaddressed out here in this world. And the world that I'm talking about is the world that we live in, each and every one of us individually. The people that we know, the places that we go, and the things that we experience is our world. Mm-hmm. And I don't care whether that's in the city of Philadelphia, down south, up north, Midwest, or the West Coast, or across the pond, all the way in the Far East, up in Russia, the North Pole, South Pole. It doesn't matter. The way that we deal with each other and the evolution of our ignorance towards each other, or our ignorance towards a better way of dealing with each other, it's starting to become seemingly more of the culture rather than the counterculture.
Right.
So yeah, she lied on him to get some money. Some people don't feel no kind of way about that shit. Some people will say, well, you know, that's smart. That shit ain't gonna affect him. What difference does it make? Because she doing what she gotta do. She doing what she gotta do. He's doing, he talking all this shit about his ex wife or his ex woman just so he can get some new pussy and fuck that relationship up too. I don't, you know, it's Huh?
There's always some shit when you got to try to deal with them type of scenarios you just said, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to win with them, you know. And the thing, the one where you said the sympathy thing about men, it fucks me up, and I can understand that. You know, like a man, a man would tell sob stories to a woman to be beneficial to them getting the draws. But see, what men don't understand is that when you tell them sob stories, it's not to benefit you, it's benefiting them, because when y'all go through an argument, she's going to use what you told her in them sob stories.
Mm.
And it's going to benefit her. Or you go tell her, you be like, man, what made y'all break up? Well, I ain't like Pepsi, boy. And when we got in an argument, she was for Pepsi all around the house and it's fucking damn.
You know what? I'm not doing this shit with you. You wildin'. Fucking Pepsi.
That's the truth.
Oh my fucking goodness.
And then all of a sudden you get an argument with your new girl. You go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, like, well, all this Pepsi going in this fucking damn bathroom. I need some ketchup. Ain't no fucking ketchup, but it's Pepsi down this motherfucker.
Pepsi's.
They'll use what you said to benefit. That's why you should never tell a woman why you broke up in your old relationship. You understand? Because you think you're going to get sympathy from her. Or she cheated. Like you said, cheated on me. You know, I was giving her the right amount of money, but she wanted more instead of being appreciable, because I was trying to save up for a house for her, but she didn't want that. I was trying to save up to get an engagement ring, but she wanted money now. She was like J.G. Whitworth, I need this cash now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it was like, to do it. All of a sudden, everything that you just told her comes to fruition in your new relationship, because they're going to follow the trend. I haven't met a woman that didn't follow the trend of what you told them that the other relationship broke up from, or tried to get sympathy from a woman.
Really?
I haven't met a woman like that yet.
Well, maybe because of the reasons that you broke up with your ex. Now, if your story was more like, well, we broke up because she caught me cheating, like, I don't know, 50 times. Well, she only caught me 30 at a time, but it was really more like 180. You know, like she, and she got mad. I got one of them pregnant. And, she's, see, I mean, the way you conducted yourself in your relationships probably has had a lot to do with how the next relationship has gone. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men would fit more of the narrative of, they probably wouldn't want to share the real details of what their past relationship was, because they was, they kept fucking up. You know what I mean? They was not the good guy in those relationships.
Right.
Not at all. So, as far as, what's the funny thing? I don't think that there's anything wrong with sharing some basic things about your past relationships, but at the same time, you should really concentrate on getting to know each other. Now,
right.
If a person is really asking you, well, what kind of person are you? How do you conduct yourself in certain situations? Are you trustworthy? Because that's really what they're trying to find out. Will I be able to trust you and be comfortable with you? Will I be safe? Am I safe with you? Or am I in danger? And sometimes men, and I'll even say we as men, don't really understand how women process danger. We don't always understand it. I know I've been guilty of that in the past, maybe even still now a little bit, because there's certain things that scare a woman that don't have anything to do with bugs or mice or birds or turtles. You know what I mean? Like, or monsters or shit like that. But their real fears comes with, you know, being humiliated or wasting their time or don't get me wrong. I don't mean to ask you, you know, bring this up in this time in your life, you know, what's happening. But when you're waiting for somebody to die,
right?
You know, that's the most stressful time because in your life, because you don't know, you know that it's coming, but you don't know when.
Right.
So for a woman, and this can apply to men too, but we're talking about women. One of the scariest things for them is thinking that everything is okay and everything is working fine, but I'm really just here waiting for the next shoe to drop because they can't really get comfortable in a situation like that.
And that's the fucked up part.
Right.
That's the fucked up part, that you're waiting for something that instead of being comfortable, you're creating a narrative of making yourself uncomfortable, and you can't be comfortable in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the fucked up part, because you're dragging. Stop trying to create. Stop doing espionage to your damn relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it, because when you sit back and when it's done and over with, you go to the next relationship and you doing the same fucking thing. You create the cycle.
But for some women, they haven't created this. It's been created for them. They've lived this life. And so they got PTSD about it. But they may have ran into enough men that have confirmed their fears. That's the only thing. Now your response to your disappointment or your fears is what separates the men from the boys, because your response can make you into the person that lies about your ex in order to get money, or it can make you so hesitant or reclusive that now you are just about emotionally unavailable because you're making sure that you have the close sign on your business.
Right.
And I can't overemphasize the whole waiting for the next shoe to drop thing enough. Who within the sound of my voice Jason probably can relate to this shit, because he was one of the few people that had a car before he was 20. When you have a vehicle that you like, but you know it has some mechanical issue that makes the car unreliable. I'm not even talking about an engine issue. It may have some type of issue with the car that could lead to a catastrophic accident or injury. Like, let's say your tires ain't, your wheels, fuck the tires. Your wheels ain't on right. If you've ever driven past somebody and the car ain't fucked up, but you see the wheel has, the whole wheelbase has basically come off. The axle, the whole wheel is off. You know what I mean? Or it's turned in. You got to think about how that car was driving before that actually happened. Because they knew it was coming, they just didn't get it taken care of fast enough. So now the repair is going to be a whole lot more than what it would have been if they would have just gone ahead and fixed it. But that's something that we really have to take into consideration when we talk about the fears that a woman or a man may have when it comes to dealing with the relationship that they're in. Like if there's some cars that some car owners would never drive in the rain because there's some mechanical issue going on with the car that doesn't respond well to the rain. You know, maybe a design issue to whereas this car hydroplanes way too easily in the rain. I don't know how did they make a car like this? You know what I mean? But that shit'll keep you on edge. Like I only feel confident in this car when the weather is good and the roads are dry. Anytime the rain comes, I'm like, I can't rely on this vehicle. It could be your tires. You know, a lot of motherfuckers be letting their tires go bald and shit like that. Not even really realizing how much better a car drives with good tires on it. If you've ever let your car get down to almost no treads on the tires, you notice that the ride is way rougher. You know, you're gonna feel every pothole, every imperfection on the road and all that. You get new tires, it'd be like you got a new car. Riding all smooth. Like that shit is riding Lincoln and Cadillac quality now. All you needed was tires. You know, but if you don't see these things, just like in a relationship, waiting for that next shoe to drop, you've been living with this, in this bad situation that you've been making excuses for not getting fixed for so long that now you fucked up. You know, you fucked up. So what do you do to protect yourself? When all is said and done, there are normally two people in a relationship that haven't done enough in order to make the relationship good. But they often wind up just blaming each other. And how does one might blame the other in order to get money? One might blame the other in order to get some ass or get some sympathy. I don't know. A man looking.
One thing, I mean, going back to the tie and the wheel, I never forgot back in the day, this boy, like my brother, man, tight as a motherfucker. We went to go take care of some dinners at a comedy show, and when we was on our way back, just came over the fucking flat bridge and get ready to go to the expressway. Whew. We had to pull over to the side of the road, found out that the lug nuts wasn't tight.
Man,
I don't know who that was, boy.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, whoever it was, like, I was at the point with that car, I couldn't get comfortable no more.
After that?
I was leading up to that and definitely after that, because I let my nephew drive the car before. The fucking wheel came all the way off.
Oh, shit.
So it had an issue with the lugs. You know what I mean? Like something wasn't right. Like you can't get comfortable in a car like that. Yeah, it looked nice. But, you know, mechanically, it's a piece of shit. Shit, I'm thinking this.
Now, everything you just said, now talk about a woman like that.
Hey, man. Listen, man. Dealing with a quote unquote bad woman, that can have a horrible effect on a man. We already know that women experience a hard time with their heartbreak, but we don't always look at men as having a hard time with heartbreak. Now, a lot of times we be saying that a man needs to just man up, he needs to just blah 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 blah, and never take it into consideration that it ain't always as easy as it sounds. You know what I mean? Some things are easier said than done.
Right. But you know, one thing about it, you know, when a woman uses you for money, you pretty much can tell. A man can pretty much tell that she lies for money. You can tell when a woman lies for money. But you sometimes you just don't give a fuck because you might be comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? Some men become comfortable with the situation they're comfortable with. And then when them coins ain't coining no more, and that money ain't money no more, because life is life, you know what I mean? And then she gonna tell you that thing ain't thinging no more because that money ain't money again. Then you have to understand what's going on. And then you wake up and you saying to yourself, oh, so that's why she was acting that fucking way. It's all about the money. And that's the thing about it. When you base relationships on money, lying about money, you base relationships on trying to get sympathy from a woman, it ain't gonna work. Because a woman gonna find their way around that one, and a man gonna find their way around that one. At some point in time, there's a wake-up call. Regardless if it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever, there's a wake-up call. And when you don't get that from it, things go wrong. Things can happen.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Troy. Because I mean, this question has played. How can a man be with a woman that he doesn't realize from the very beginning is about that cash? Like, women don't wait to let you know that you gotta pay. So how, like, how? It's like
it's like this, right? It's not a problem with paying where you. It's not a problem to pay where you live. The problem comes when they take that for granted. When you like, let's just go to a hypothetical. You pay the bills. You say, look, hey, here, take this money. We're gonna pay the bills. So you pay the bills. What some women don't do is they don't count the miscellaneous after you just paid the bills. Now people say, what is miscellaneous? Miscellaneous means that, let's hypothetically say, I went out there and I bought toiletries, bathroom tissues, cleaning, soap, toothpaste, maybe some rags and all that other shit. Right? Miscellaneous. The kids' haircut. Miscellaneous. Or I want to order some food or go out and get dinner. Miscellaneous. So now, when your coins ain't coining no more, you know, first thing a woman gonna say, well, where your money at? Where happened to all your money? After you took care of everything, and her coins is coining. Her money's right there. She's able to be comfortable with her money because you didn't just did everything because you felt as though, you know, me being a man, I want to allow my woman to keep her money in her pocket. So you sacrifice that for the betterment of what you wanted to do for her, instead of her sitting back saying, what happened to your money? She should be like, oh, I understand. Yeah, take a couple of this. But some women don't look at it like that, son. And you know that.
Listen, I know that, but the thing is, I've never been with a woman whose character I wasn't sure of within at least probably 6 months. Like, if I'm dealing with a woman that is only with me because I'm paying for everything, it's not going to take a while for that to manifest itself. Or if I'm dealing with a woman who holds back or uses sex as a weapon or whatever, like, it ain't going to take a long time for that to happen. Now, the question is, what was my response to it when I saw it?
There you go. Now, what's the response now?
Well,
so now you have to make a hypothesis on what you're going to do.
Well, when did I decide to make the decision on what to do? Like, I know with me, as soon as I figure out, like, oh, I'm just a facilitator in this whole equation. I got to decide whether I'm going to be in this or whether I'm going to exit this, because it ain't going to get better and she ain't going to change. It's not going to get better. So let me put it this way. You know how T.I. had everybody, well, I don't know if he made it up or whatever, but it's another one of those phrases that used to really fucking irk me. It ain't tricking if you got it. First time I heard that shit, I was like, that's about the dumbest shit I ever heard.
Yup.
Cause I'm like, if you got it, that's especially why it's tricking. Fuck is you talking about?
It ain't tricking if you got it.
It ain't tricking if you got it. So the operative part of that whole saying is if you got it. See, a lot of motherfuckers don't worry about shit as long as they got it. Mm-hmm. They never think about what's going to happen when they don't have it. But I'm like, if you're not out there getting money like that in a stable way or building stability, how long do you think you're gonna have it? I can see if you just out there messing with some hoes or whatever, you tricking off and all of that, cool. Because you are not expecting them to be there. But you can't, if you choose your woman based on that criteria, what you think you're gonna be dealing with later? So I don't want to hear your crocodile tears. You know what I mean? Like you knew she was she needed a dope boy. You had a job. You was making dope boy money, but you lost your job. But you took on the responsibilities of a dope boy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're the hard part. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I ain't rich, but I don't fuck my money up. So I'm not going to be making excuses to waste money all the time. Because once you get into that, once you have a woman that sees that you move that way, then guess what? It is going to be your fault when you broke. It is going to be, you're going to have to deal with her not giving you no ass until you get your money up. And you are going to have to worry about her giving the next man some ass because his money right. But you chose that. You saw it and you agreed to it. Why? Because you had it at the time. And you wasn't thinking about the times when you did have it. But the problem is you didn't think about her character. You knew you was dealing with a fucking snake. But you figure, well, yeah, I know I'm dealing with a snake, but as long as, you know what I mean? As long as, I got my mongoose with me, I'm good.
Oh, shit. I'm going to let you know from the door. Everything you saying, the only thing you got to do is put some phlegm in your throat and go, ha! And you be preaching to the fucking choir.
Man, I hate when you say I'm preaching. Fuck preaching. You know what I mean? Shit. Yeah, I'm trying to reach you, trying to teach you. Because this shit.
Preaching, listen, when you preaching, you're teaching, bro.
Listen.
So don't sit up here and say fuck preaching. When you preaching,
No, because when a motherfucker is preaching, only motherfuckers that are in the congregation are listening. And he ain't talking to nobody else. When you're reaching.
When you preaching, you teaching, and you're reaching.
Listen.
And that motherfucker better not be leeching.
All I'm saying is this. Yeah, right, bars. All I'm saying is this. You can't successfully or reasonably be bitching about a position that you willingly put yourself in. Like, what the fuck? Like, don't nobody want to hear that shit, but that fit the narrative of what I'm talking about. He lied on her for sympathy. Mm-hmm. Dr. Umar Johnson right now. Dr. Umar Ifantunde.
Dr. Umar who?
Dr. Ifantunde. That's his African name, right? Okay, cool. Now, Umar, anybody first of all, I know Umar personally. I don't know him personally anymore, but I knew Umar when my dad gave him a headquarters at 29th at 29th and Lehigh for the UNIA when he was starting his own little branch of the UNIA. And Umar has always been a good dude, very knowledgeable, very intelligent and all of that. But he was very ambitious. And I mean ambitious in the Shakespearean play type of ambition. I don't mean ambitious as far as just wanting to be successful. But Umar,
Zion very ambitious.
yeah, you know, like the story of Macbeth and shit, Othello and shit. Mm-hmm. So Umar, I saw when Umar started to get bigger, and you know, and to me he lost his way a lot because he started to go up against the other consciousness cast and calling himself King Kong consciousness, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. And if anybody knows anything about Pan-Africanism, that shit is all about money. You know what I mean? That's why they don't be trying to hear shit else, because that Pan-Africanism money, shit, it brings in a lot of revenue and shit from the diaspora. So
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. The thing I don't like about Dr. Umar, or what's the African name again?
Ifa Tunde.
That too. The reason why I don't like him, not so much don't like. I like him, but I dislike some of the things. You don't have to yell and everything to get your point across. Everything is a yell, or you're the brightest person in the room. Don't nobody know more than you. Can nobody else have an opinion? Can nobody say anything over top of you? You know, and then you're a hypocrite to your situation, because we saw you. I've seen you. You've seen me see you. And I've seen you see you talking to that other color woman. You have. Now, if you partake in if you partake in the nectar of that other persuasion, as in the Shakespearean term says, we don't know that.
See, okay, so Umar is talking about how his bank accounts have been frozen, and now he's asking for money, just to get by right now. But Umar, for the past 10 years, have been running around talking about he getting money and he got this, and you know what I mean? And these cats need to get their paper up and blah, 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 blah. He make all of this money doing speaking engagements and all of this shit. Now, I was listening to somebody blog on Dr. Umar earlier today, and it seems like there may be some scandal type shit going on with him that got those accounts frozen. Like once again, the pussy then you know what I mean, fucked up everything. Now I don't know this for a fact. I didn't get all of the details, but it looks like it's going down that road. Now
I'm gonna just tell you. I'm gonna let you finish that. The only thing I can say to Dr. Umar is I had talked to this other doctor, Dr. Bruce Hornsby, and he told me to tell Dr. Umar to get a job. That's just the way it is. So you can finish. Go ahead, sir.
Well, see, that's the thing. With Dr. Umar, it's going to be hard for people to give him more money, because for the past 10 years, he's been talking about building this school, and there you go. And that means if he's broke or his accounts have been frozen, you know, I heard somebody say he should just give back all the money because the school is never going to open. I'm like, how you going to give back the money when a lot of the money has been spent? Of course, a lot of the money has been spent. Now we in a position where we wondering if all the money has been spent. But there's no reason that this motherfucker should not have any money and be all over the internet begging for motherfuckers. You know what I mean? He talking about his daughters, you know, so they can have, you know, so they can eat and all. Like, motherfucker, you ain't got no money. You got no money in the stash? Like
about even when he went on Vlad pays people.
But see, because he said he didn't have access to any of his digital accounts. I'm like, so you never took no money out of the bank? You gotta have some mattress money, dog. You ain't got no pocket cash? Shit. You know what I mean? Shit. I mean, I know a lot of people think it's dangerous to run around with cash, and I guess it is, but shit. I'd rather I don't you I mean, you know, what about like the coffee jar in the cupboard? You know what I'm saying? Like something. I don't know. I get uncomfortable, you know, having to swipe my card for every fucking thing. I ain't really with all of that. This shit leave a badass paper trail and all of that, and you can easily find yourself in these situations. But what I'm saying is, with Dr. Umar, he chose the path that he took, and the path that he's on. So it's going to be hard for people to feel sympathy for him, because he kind of rubbed it in people's faces with the money he was getting. Now, I liken that to what we talking about with the dude looking for sympathy, or that chose the woman that he got that's kicking his ass. I'm like, motherfucker, you knew who you was fucking with. You knew who she was and what she was. And it was all good as long as you thought you had enough money to, you know what I mean? You know, it's like, you know, the volcano can erupt, but as long as you got enough people to clear out the area and all of that, you think it's good. Well, you got with Mount St. Helen. Deal with it, nigga. You know what I mean? It's something you got to deal with.
Yeah. Mom always said, don't play ball in the house.
Hey, look, man. You know, I have sympathy to a certain extent, but I'm like, dog, if your woman was playing, I mean, even just on a physical side of things, if you knew that you had a woman that would sometimes hold out on the ass, if you didn't act right, say something right, do something right, or whatever, what do you think is going to happen later on? What'd you do? Think it was cute?
Oh, that's so beautiful. You ain't giving me no ass. I love you.
Weaponizing that ass, boy. Weaponizing that ass. Like you sitting there, you're sitting at attention like a dog and shit, waiting for the Alpo to come out. Shit.
There you go. This is how I go. You put that money in. You put that ass with. No, you put the ass in. You put the ass right in. You take the money out, and you take the ass right out.
Yo, I don't know.
Dang. In the book, and I was reading the Bible the other day, in the book of Little of Kim, she said, "No money, no sticky. Forget no money, no sticky. Forget the sticky and the licky, or the quickie, whatever she said. You know what the fuck she said, son."
I'm glad she ugly now.
Hey, boy, Kim too wild food. I ain't never seen a Blackanese.
I don't know what the fuck she got going on. But
the fucked up part is that's that self-esteem shit. She was cool as shit in Crushing You video. She was cool as shit when Diana Ross was propping up her boob. What made her fuck her face up? No self-esteem.
Interesting.
You know? I mean, just fucking up. You wanted to be an Asian woman.
I don't know. I mean, it could have been guilt.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, you over there crying all over Biggie casket and shit. You know, Faith had to be looking at this bitch like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This hoe is disrespectful as shit. She was showing out. She was showing out too.
Misbehaving at 4:00.
Man,
I'm serious, man. Look, you know, all is no Dr. Umar, man. I mean, you don't know if the school should have been built. The school should have been built. There should have been pictures on the internet. You should have been taking pictures of in front of it. You know, but you're doing so much. You're trying to put. You know, one thing about certain individuals, when you don't put that one thing out that you focus on, and you keep focusing on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things, that one big focus thing that people are looking for you to do, when you neglect that, they remember that. Like, everything, let's give a prime example. The big, beautiful bill. You don't know nothing about that right now. You know what I'm saying? It's been ratified. All this other shit that, what else? Big, beautiful bill, immigration, all that shit don't mean shit right now. But the Epstein list, that's important.
You gotta get that shit up.
You gotta
give up. Nobody want to hear about none of that other shit he talking about. You better, we need the motherfucking files. Like, yo, don't even say shit else till you drop them files, dog. Yeah, your shit fucked up. Even, you ain't been seeing motherfuckers come in here with that MAGA shit since this Epstein shit started. Yo, this shit crazy. The motherfuckers been chilling like,
I told you last week, that motherfucker would drop the Rockford files before he dropped the damn.
Yo, if I would have known that it was the Epstein, we could have had this done in 2024. Like, yo, so this is what it took to wake y'all motherfuckers. I'll be damn.
It's the kryptonite.
Out of all this whole other shit, is this. Like, now y'all see that he the deep state? It's crazy.
So what happened was, everybody thought that there would be so many people from the left in the Epstein files. They thought it would be Oprah. They thought it would be all the, who else? Obama. They thought it would be the Clintons. They thought all these other people would be on the Epstein list. But then they went through the Epstein list and read all that shit and said, oops, oh my God.
I don't see how they didn't. I don't see how they didn't know, because this ain't even new information. What are you looking at? Listen, man, it's 4:00. We gotta get on about it.
Fuck all that Trump shit.
Fuck all that Trump shit. We gotta get on about it. It's 4:00 in the morning.
Yo. Call me soon as you hang up the phone, man. I got to still talk about that beefy shit from last night. You never got back to me about that.
All right, I got you.
And I'll tell you about the situation I'm going through right now, too. So get with me.
All right. Good looking out, man. Be safe. Hollersville. We're going to do these birthday shout outs and then we're going to get on up out of here, my good people. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious July 29th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them, making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Keita Stanton. Happy birthday to you. And also Kiana Travels Montgomery. And also LP Queen. And my girl Tina Payne. And she's hold on. Tina Payne is raising money for Taste of the Homeless. Taste for the Homeless. Sounds like a good cause. And to Marcus Strozier, Samari Bilston, my girl Felicia Devereaux, and last but not least, my girl going all the way back to the 1993, my girl Marquita Scott. Go get her, Marquita Scott. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious July 29th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, if you got you a bad girl, but you's a bad boy, yo, you gonna build and get destroyed. At the same time waits for no one, but you gonna be down in the dumps and feel, son. Yo, I hate to see a man suffer, but I also hate to see a woman do that. Enough of the bullshit between the sexes, and then y'all wanna be talking shit about your exes. I say that you need to take an exit. Get the fuck up out of my face and clear out some space. And the space is like a space saucer. UFO, I'm talking about that shit. You know how it go when you listen to your mans and he's complaining about his girl all the time. And you wondering what the fuck is you going to do? You going to shit or get off of the pot because it's getting hot? A lot of y'all just opportunists. And then y'all always front as soon as it's time for y'all to pay the piper. Y'all act like it's somebody else's job. You stealing and robbing. Robin, that was your ex name. So what's going on? Why are you going to get the next game? Your less game. You got none. Yo, you got the weakest game I've ever heard, son. And this chick over here. Yo, the weed chick. Yeah, the BBL chick right there. And she think her body is going to get her everything in this world. Come on, listen, girl. You only as good as your last dude. And that motherfucker had an attitude. So he pulled out on you. You pulled out on him. Y'all fronted together. We almost made it dim. For the rest of the kids, the rest of the life, you ain't no kind of woman, no man. You ain't no kind of wife. You ain't no kind of husband. You ain't no kind of dude. You are the type of motherfucker I ain't talking to. Half of the time, I'm keeping all to myself. This is why I don't have a lot of friends now. God damn. Ow. How did we get in these spaces? I don't understand what's going on. I ain't leaving no traces. Sorry that I messed up the beat. Sometimes I'll be talking all this shit. It makes me turn up the heat. And it's getting kind of hot, but I don't like to talk about this whole shit a whole lot. Because it's not my plot. I'm going to take what I have and give what you got. I say treat everybody exactly with respect and don't let them come at your neck. We can connect just like a Bluetooth. Yo, don't start buffering on me. I had enough, see? Tomorrow is another day. I'm going to make another one in another play. I used to stay up in the projects, lying through my teeth. I ain't got that kind of beef. My mom worked hard for her money, and so did my dad, and that shit made me kind of glad. I could be yelling out Queensbridge. Get the fuck out of here. There ain't no real way to live. And I ain't trying to disrespect nobody from the PJs, but I'm saying I'm glad that's not where we stay. So if you don't come from that kind of life, why's you out here fronting on your wife, you trife? Give something to the young. For the youth, they need you. They almost strung. Out here banging and what they call that shit, still hanging. No, talking about doing drills. That means somebody rapping and somebody got killed. This world is on some crazy shit. 8 to 80 on some lazy shit. Nobody getting further. Well, some people, but they still flipping burgers. But a job is a job and the income is an income. Don't look at me like I'm dumb. Entry-level position is at least it's a position. It's better than bending over, taking dick position. especially if you're a man. Here's where I am. Yo, this is where I stand. Like my man Usher back in the early 2000s. I'm doing this shit. I'm like Doogie Howser. All right, I'm out of. Yo, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night. Hold on, y'all. We gonna be back tomorrow night, and I already know we gonna be talking about. Y'all ain't ready. Yo, I was ready for y'all tonight. Y'all don't even know. Look. Tomorrow night, we will be talking about. It's easier to make a desperate person happy. That's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow night. I want y'all to process that. It's easier to make a desperate person happy. Process. It's easier to make a desperate person happy. Process. Think about what we're going to talk about tomorrow night. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. I hope y'all enjoy listening to the show as much as I enjoy broadcasting it. I'm going to get back at y'all. Peace to all. Hold on. Let me make sure that we good. Everybody good? I holler back, y'all. Love.